Hey everyone, welcome to Struggle City Podcast, where we're talking about stuff.
Yeah, stuff that I came up with
Okay,
and prepared for.
calm down.
Congratulations, here's your fucking trophy for that.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
It's a participation award with no name on it.
97. I was 2. I was 2 years old.
Here you go.
Wow.
Casey was 17.
There's your fucking...
Weren't you gonna give this to me, like, a fucking while ago?
No, that was going to be a white elephant gift.
This is hysterical. I love it. Thank you. This is an
There you
awesome
go.
trophy. I have a trophy of a soccer player for being a good fucking producer of Struggle City.
Because she's great at handling balls.
You know what? I kind of am. I juggle a lot of balls. I really wish I could juggle, though. Like, legit. Like, I want to be able to juggle one day.
Is that how you get your
So this is our totally professional opening.
is that how you deal with your depression when it gets too bad? You just juggle? You try to juggle?
Well, it was kind of a good segue, but no.
No, that was a horrible segue. Anyway,
So, by the way, it's Dave, Missy, and Casey.
and Dave.
Yeah, because we do that every single episode now. And shout out to the 2 people who I told about this podcast, if they are listening in the future.
They're
Probably not.
Hi, Nikki. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Nikki. Hi, Rob.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking care.
Okay. Well, I do.
Oh, and this is episode 1 of season 3.
Oh, shit. We're starting season 3 today?
Yeah, this
Would have been
is...
good to know.
Wow, you guys
I thought
didn't
you were
know.
prepared. I
Yeah.
thought you were prepared.
I
and
am
ready.
prepared. But, like, should we really be starting off the first episode of the season with this topic?
Yes.
Yeah, this
All right. I guess we'll do that then.
right into it.
So, okay, going right into it. The topics I came up with.
I thought we agreed that we wouldn't announce the topics.
Oh, wait. We weren't? Wait. I
thought
wasn't
so.
there for that
Yes,
memo.
you were.
Yeah,
No, I
you were.
wasn't.
You're
Yes,
the
you
one
were.
that said it.
Did I?
Anyway, all right. So
This
Why
is
aren't we-
great.
why aren't
This
we
is going
doing-
great.
Why aren't we announcing
Depression.
the topics, though? Because, like, that just makes sense.
I feel like if in a conversational kind of way, not just blurting it out.
That's how our conversations go, though, is that we blurt shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For that, like, wait, what?
Fuck. I mean, like,
I'm letting y'all sort this out.
if we didn't have a time restriction, I would totally say this opening was kind of a wash, and it's continuing to be a wash.
Have you ever noticed, though, that, like, whenever we start recording, I just completely lose my shit?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know!
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I need a stuffed animal.
No, hug your
This,
trophy.
No.
this is an intermission.
Leave
Leave my bar buddy alone.
No. Okay, we're good.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I stole Casey's stuffed animal.
All right.
Child.
You could have taken
So
the Jeff Goldblum
speaking
pillow.
of comfort and ways of dealing with depression
Yes.
and not feeling great,
So-
Missy, what are like guide what I just said a little bit better
Okay, so full disclosure, all 3 of us have depression.
of some form.
Yes. I think I'm the only one who has been, like, diagnosed with it, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah. And I kind of on purpose did not take my medication this morning to be able to talk about this a bit better.
I don't know if that's healthy. I
I
really,
never take my medication the way I should. Like, I take it maybe, like, twice a week.
really
so I-
don't think that's healthy.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's not how you're supposed to do that.
Like, at
it's
all.
not. I'm just okay. Here's the thing. I'm so goddamn lazy, and like I never take it at the same time anyway. But then I go through small periods of withdrawal where I have really bad migraines, and I feel like I can't function. And then it's like, oh, hey, here's a reminder: you need to take your fucking medication.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I never run out of my meds. Like when I go to get them refilled, so I just have like stacks of medicine.
Just cue that meme. Can't run out of medication if you never take it.
Yeah, so, but I take antidepressants and anxiety, and they help when I take them. So, you know,
Good to know.
That's that's kind of like a big helpful thing.
What a
That I do.
resounding advertisement for medication. It works when I take it. Oh, well.
Yeah, it works really well when I take it, actually.
Well, that's good.
But here's the problem with, well, one of the many problems with depression, in my opinion, is that it is like constantly in the back of your head, and it's telling you all of these like bad things, in order to provide you false comfort, and you know it's false, and yet you still want it. You know what I mean? So, like, if I'm going to take my medication, the back of my head is being like, well, I mean, it's already late. Like, you don't have to take it. You can just take it tomorrow. And then it's like, yeah, I could just take it tomorrow. And then later, I'll probably get all depressed. But then, like, I'm, like, almost tricked into wanting to be that way.
That sounds like a really nice depression. That's nicer than mine.
Nice depression.
Yeah, I was about
Okay,
to say, currently in the rut, not feeling too great. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Does it?
It sounds great.
I'm literally, like, tricking myself, though, and I know that it is. See, this is why I feel like sometimes I feel like I have, like, Munchausen's disease. Because this is so fucking ridiculous. No?
I'm
Okay.
gonna pretend that I know what
Wait,
that
what
is.
do you mean
It's-
Munchausen's by proxy?
Well, it wouldn't be by proxy because it's me.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing is that, like, the idea with Munchausen's is that you constantly want attention
Mhm.
for, like, fake illnesses and things like that.
Oh.
And I have never really faked an illness or anything like that, but I still, like, I won't take medication because it somehow gives me attention, but, like, I don't tell people that I don't take it, so, like, I'm getting attention from myself. So, like, my depression is just a lot of fucking confusion as to why I do things, because I have no idea.
Nah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Not a clue. So, yeah, so I figured, because I came up with this topic.
Ooh.
All right.
Look, you got your
That-
fucking trophy. Do you want another one?
No, I'm okay, I have my one.
I might have another one.
No, I like mine.
Okay.
So,
You sure I might have another one?
maybe for the next episode we do, you can give me that one. You have to give me something now every episode so I feel good.
Well, that got dark.
I
No,
give this
I'm kidding
bitch
with that.
a mug of ice cold water every time she comes over.
I do, and I don't even drink at all. But, like, you know what?
You don't.
It's
You sound so mad.
I don't like drinking out of bottles of water for several different reasons, and this is going down a little bit of a side street, but that's okay.
A little bit.
A little! Because, like, it's always, like, lukewarm, and I don't like warm water, even though it's better for you. Like, I like ice cold water. So
Ooh,
I need
the-
it
The
in
way
a
you
mug.
said ice just felt cold.
That was my purpose.
Wait, how is warm water better for you?
It's apparently, like, better for your digestive systems and bullshit.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yeah.
don't
Warm
know.
beverages are better for digestion.
Oh, yeah. Imagine what hot beverages will do.
It'll liquidate
So
my
anyway,
insides.
one way of combating negative effects of depression is through consuming food and properly hydrating oneself.
I overeat
So back
a shit ton.
on depression.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't
so
eat.
that's yeah. Me and you are very different that way. Like, I will just eat all of the snacks in my house in case you just won't eat. What about you, Dave? Where do you
I've-
fall?
I fall happily in the middle of
No
that.
shit.
Where I will go through periods of
You
I'm
vanilla ass bitch.
hey, I'm too poor, so I can't buy anything to eat that I want. and
When
and
those
then
guinea pigs start looking really good.
no, I would never eat a guinea pig. I've actually considered getting.
In, like, South America, they do.
I've considered getting one of Abby's guinea pigs certified as an emotional support animal.
Can a guinea pig be an emotional
Anything
support?
can be.
Very much so.
Okay.
So, but it's just, I probably won't. But food wise, I become super self conscious about my weight. So
Oh,
like
fucking
it's
same.
it's to the point where I won't eat sometimes because of it, and then there's like, well, I kind of want food, but I don't want food,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a weird balance of the two. So I just drink a shit ton of water.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. And I don't want to phrase it this way, but I used to be, like, I don't know, hard-headed enough to stop myself from eating because I hated the way that I looked, and it was like, well, fuck, I'm just not going to eat. But now I kind of have fallen into this pattern where I will complain about it to Joe, and I will get so upset that I'll, like, start crying, and then he'll be like, have you actually eaten today? And I'll say no, and he'll be like, okay, well, you need to eat something. So then he will get me something to eat, and then he'll basically like reassure me that like I'm not 500 pounds and I'm fine and all this, and then I'm fine. So a lot of my depression outlets come from Joe, which is both good and bad because it's super codependent, and I should be able to do it on my own, but it's so much more work to do that. And I know that sounds incredibly lazy, but hey, it's depression.
Yeah, but you can't do everything on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a rock for some type of support. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some level of, I don't want to use the word crutch, but someone to lean on, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
'Cause-
So because I mapped this out, I'm really good at words today. But I mapped this out in like the two different stages, like the two different like states I have of depression. Like, do you guys ever notice like if you have like if your depression affects you in like a super different way than what you're normally?
No, it's usually 0 to 60.
Okay.
Usually I'm fine, and then yeah.
It just hits you out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, it's great.
That's fucking
It's
horrible. That sucks. It's like you really can't see it coming.
No.
Do you ever get that way, like when you have like a really fucking fantastic day, and then all of a sudden,
I know it's around the corner.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that
All
too.
the time.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Yeah, it's
Because
awful.
you can't have highs without lows.
Which makes sense, but like with depression, it's such extreme highs and lows.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It's life at this point.
Yeah, you've had more practice with this than either of us have.
Yeah.
Because you're old.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very old.
So what do you do to get yourself out?
Usually I just let it run its course.
Okay.
Because usually when it hits that 60, I'm non-functional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I used to be very active in like trying to get myself out of that hole, and now I just kind of I've been dependent on Joe to pull me out instead of me like climb out, so to speak.
Usually it's like an autopilot
Mm-hmm.
where I just kind of go about the day trying to blend in.
Yeah.
Like I'll usually clean a lot.
Okay. Something to distract you.
It's something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. How about you, dude?
Well, I most recently, like I'm talking past couple of days, I haven't been feeling all that great. And what I've been trying to do is get outside more.
Okay.
It's kind of like when my brain goes that way, I've trained my brain to like, oh, you need to just go to fuck outside. Walk. Go do something.
Get some
Okay.
vitamin D.
Yeah, good old vitamin D from the good old Sunny, right? That was really bad.
It was.
I was going to just ignore it and let it keep going.
But you gotta acknowledge your own shit, right?
No. No.
A lot of the time, you gotta acknowledge your own shit, even when you spew it out there like that Sunny joke.
Because then you learn from it.
Exactly. I will not make that joke again.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, you're right, but
You
not.
don't learn from shit.
It'll be a sheep in different clothing, right? But I'll clean, do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I try to avoid destructive behavior.
It's so seductive, though, isn't it?
No, not anymore.
Really?
I have basically stopped drinking because I found that it just, like, not even like while I'm in that kind of state, but even prior to that, it sends me into that state.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you, though, for being able to recognize that
Yeah.
and to pull away from that destructive behavior. Because
Yeah.
I don't tend to pull away anymore. It's kind of like, oh, this is easy. Let me do this. And
Yeah,
whatever
it's-
that may be, like, I know it's not healthy.
It's very easy when you have a model to not be like.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I think the two of you have a very specific model in mind.
I've cut back significantly on my drinking.
Yeah,
I still do, but it's mostly like social.
right.
Yeah.
Like, you're not doing it to escape depression. You're doing it for...
Right. Like I'm not spending, $20 to $50 a week on
Right.
drinks.
Yeah, I've never turned to alcohol for my depression because I associate alcohol with just feeling really good in general and also having pretty nice sex afterwards. Like, drunk sex is amazing. If you're the girl, I guess it might be a bit harder for the guy. But I don't know. I've never been the guy, so I can't. I don't know. We're getting like super fucking candid right now. But yeah, so I've never turned to alcohol or like drugs or like any of like the hard stuff like that, I guess. But then you look at like the darker things like that, like the heavy things that will where like you don't have to exert too much energy in order for it to work versus like you do like coping skills of like drawing or writing or painting or whatever. And you have to exert so much more, or podcasting, you have to exert so much more energy into that. And that just makes it sound so draining in general that it's like, well, I'm already feeling this shitty. Why am I going to try?
Just make it worse.
Right, exactly. So I think that's why people kind of tend towards the more destructive habits.
Yeah, just it's a quick fix.
It's also fairly independent in a way because you're making that decision to do that. Now, when you were talking about coping skills, I pointed to the computer screen, and the fact that you yell at me constantly to edit things makes me want to edit things, and as a way of distracting myself. Okay. It's a positive.
Oh, good.
So it's a way of self-checking myself to make sure that I get things done in a relatively timely manner.
Dave also
I can do that for you.
My emotions. But yeah, it's a creative outlet. Really, is like just to pour everything into.
Absolutely.
Is the best way, even if it's like you're not great at it. It's still something.
Well, even when I was doing Crisis, because I don't really do it anymore. I haven't done it for months now, and
so many people have died.
Oh my god! Why would you say that? Jesus God! Look, I'm not.
I don't even know how to react to that. I just started laughing.
Oh my god. I don't know how many people's lives I've actually saved, okay? But I do know it is at least one, because I've had to contact my supervisor, and they have had to dispatch 911, help me. What are those people called? First responders.
Police.
To wherever that person's location was.
Usually firefighters are the first on the scene.
Engine.
Okay.
But anyway.
The engine. Just the engine. But yeah, so I know I have saved at least one person. But thank you. But yeah, I haven't done it in so long because I was student teaching and then that got away from me. And I did it like halfway in between student teaching and I was like, this is so depressing, first of all. And second of all, I don't have the patience when the texters are not trying to help themselves, like they just want to bitch and moan.
Right.
And like, that's fine. You want to bitch and moan, do it. Like, I'll be here to support you with that. But then eventually, after an hour and a half of talking to you, you need to come up with something that you can do right now. Like, you've had your time to wallow, and that's fine because people need that, and I understand that. But you need to be productive now. And when people aren't, it's kind of like, I can't help you, and then it makes me frustrated and it's just like, I don't know what to do. But I would always tell them like, okay, let's come up with some type of coping skill. Like, what do you like to do? And they would always say something along the lines of like painting or writing or like whatever. And it's like, okay, so that's what you're going to do. And then they would always make the point of being like, yeah, but it's actually getting up to do it is the hardest part. And I was like, dude, I fucking feel ya. Like
getting that drive and that push to get up and actually do something and create something, which is a very exhausting task, even in the best of times.
Yeah.
Even thinking about it sometimes, it's like, it's too much.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever gotten so far into your depression where like you physically cannot talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
It's short bursts for me. It's not like a long-term thing.
Yeah.
It's like maybe an hour.
Okay.
So I mean,
well, that's still decently long-term.
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me is like so interesting in general because it's like you feel like you can't open your mouth.
Yeah.
You are thinking about every single breath that you're taking because you have just reverted to robotic movements of your body. It's like automatic.
I've gone days.
Days without talking?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! I thought an hour was long.
Yeah.
I've done that not in a depressive mood. I just don't talk.
Well, you guys know me. Like, I'm constantly talking.
We
Yeah,
can't get
it's-
you to shut up.
It's weird when you're not talking.
Yeah, right. Like, that's when you know something is not right, is when I'm not talking. And yet I know how to let other people talk and shut up
What?
at points. I know. Compared to some other people we know.
Why the fuck are you looking at me?
Because I thought you would know what I'm talking about. But whatever. But yeah, like, there was one time in particular where, like, I just lost the ability to talk, and this was before I was on my medication. And I remember just sitting in Joe's lap and him trying to get me to communicate with him. And, like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking weird because, like, on the outside, you're like, oh my god, like, get the fuck over it. Just talk. Like, it's not hard. You do it every day, you know? But it's so different when you're in that mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I just told Abby, I was just like, just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it be, let it ride out its course, and I will eventually say something.
Yeah, just ride the wave.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll text. Like, I would text Joe while I was sitting with him, and he would just, like, look on the phone, because it was easier to just move 2 fingers instead of, like, forming words.
Nah, I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Way
because
more
it,
than I would do.
I get so deep into it that I feel like words are useless.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even it's not worth it.
You know what sucks? Like, now that I'm thinking about, like, this type of topic, I guess, like, I feel so robotic on medication. And I was so against going on medication for, like, the longest time. And I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to, like, I can do this on my own. And I'm stronger than that, blah, blah, blah.
Strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
I ain't need no medication.
And then eventually it was like, no, okay, yeah, I need it. And Joe has always been right with this type of shit, which I credit him, but I'm also, like, annoyed about. And he's like, trust me, like, being on the right medication for you will make everything feel 10 times better. And then I'm on it, and it's great, and then I don't take it for a couple days, and then I sink back into what it does to me, and it's like, I came to the realization that I am a completely different person on medication versus without, and I don't think I like that, you know? But, like, I'm better with it, but it's like, this doesn't even feel like me. Like, I am a complete shit show if I'm not on my meds.
I guess that begs the question, like, what would you consider to be normal and okay?
Right, because none of us are neurotypical.
No.
This is true.
Because depression, anxiety, there's usually a chemical imbalance, which is what the medication fixes, to make you, air quotes, normal.
Right.
So, like,
I don't like to think of it as normal. It's more like restoring to working function.
pressing
That
the
sounds
reset button.
robotic.
We're all just robots. We're all just meat robots.
Ew.
I'd fight that.
Just cook it.
We're all just meat robots, just putting along on little bits of electricity.
Oh, God. But, okay, so to
Anyway.
answer your question about, like, what was your question?
It was more of an observation. Like, medication's there to, I guess, reset the human body to factory settings, what it's supposed to be running as. But that's not necessarily the normal for you.
Right, but it's better.
And in your case, what you're bringing up, you debate whether or not it is better.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, it's okay. So normal me on medication, I'm not constantly thinking about all of these very negative things. But, like, when I'm not on it,
This scared the shit out of me.
what just happened?
Casey's phone.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. But when I'm not on medication, it's like I think about it all the time, and I like have. Okay, do you ever? Okay, I have tried to explain this to my therapist, and I still don't think she gets it. So let me ask you then:
All right, we'll see if I get it.
have you ever? Well, this goes for Casey too, but
No.
I think you know about it more than Dave does. So, like, I have these really, like, dark daydreams and, like, fantasies almost. But, like, you know, immediately when you say fantasies, you're thinking, oh, is it sexual? Like, no, this is not, like, no.
Yeah.
It's just, like, I daydream about different ways to die. I daydream. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Right. So, like, does it ever get to the point where, like, you are almost, like, acting out a scene or something? Like, if you're by yourself and you're like, okay, well, if this were to happen to me, how would I react? And would somebody be there to help me? And how would I react with them and interact and all that?
No.
That's where I fucking lose people.
No.
Every time.
It never gets that positive.
I don't think that's. I think that's making it worse, though. I don't think it's positive because it's like I'm like acknowledging all of this and like playing out what would happen in my head, literally like in a more realistic way, and like I don't have a problem with it at all. Like I'm kind of like I like to do this type of thing, which is also why I like some of those people that I listen to on YouTube who do like the ASMR shit. That's not really ASMR, it's all role play stuff, because I've been doing that type of shit since I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was a thing.
Just about every social interaction, no matter how minute, I have to script it out in my head before I can actually do it.
Nice word there. But yeah.
I absolutely, I can't have an entirely off the cuff conversation with somebody. I have to account for every possible variation, every possible variable, every direction that conversation could go in. But that's the way my brain works. That's the way the bees work in my head.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, that you have said that your depression is like a hive of bees.
Yeah, more so my anxiety, but they're usually intertwined. So it's just there's just billions of bees at any given point in my head, and they're all each one is examining a different scenario and the outcome, all the possible outcomes of any given scenario that I could encounter.
And it's all so loud.
It's very loud.
Yeah.
It's basically that scene from Wicker Man with Nick Cage and the bees. It's just not the bees, and it's always the bees.
It's always the bees.
I think that's a really good way of looking at anxiety, though. It's just bees in your head.
It's great.
It makes sense.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. You were gonna say something.
I was. It's a very light joke, but like kind of sad. At least somebody shows up to help you in your fantasies.
Oh my god!
Nobody wants to help Dave.
No, that's exactly what my brain says.
I'm so sorry. Not even Abby?
No, nobody.
Oh my god.
She's got a store to run.
So you just like, okay, so you fantasize about whatever like terrible things happen to you, and then you just...
I don't make it out in the end.
Okay.
There's no light at the end of that tunnel. It's a lot of me. Actually, on the way walking over to Duncan today, I was having a hard time drowning out this, the voice inside your head that constantly badgers you to just negative constantly. Having a very hard time drowning that out on the way over to Duncan, and I was listening to podcasts trying to drown it out.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's life.
Yeah, that's the hard thing too, though, is that like when somebody tells you something like that, there's not much you can say to it, because you don't want to hear someone say, "I'm sorry," so I apologize for that. But like,
you're sorry for saying sorry.
Yeah.
It's fine. Trust me.
mean.
We all understand.
We do, yeah. And
if it makes you feel any better, I won't say I'm sorry, because it's not a thing I'm responsible for.
No, it's completely
so
my chemical
I'm not
brain.
going to say sorry.
Yeah, that's my.
I'm going to say
brain
that
imbalance.
sucks.
I say I'm sorry to everything, though, regardless if it's actually my fault or not.
That
Same.
sucks. That blows.
You blow.
Yeah. That's why nobody wants to help you.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I forgot my inhaler.
Quick question then.
Quick answer.
With your daydreams, is it more about like the action of you getting hurt or the aftermath of it?
It's the action, and I it's almost like a comfort.
Yeah. Oh my god, right?
Yeah, like I get chills down my spine whenever I think about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say like it's so like it's seductive. That's the word I always go to with it.
And I think you described it perfectly as a fantasy. Like it is that. It's something that ideally won't happen.
Yeah.
Like you don't want it to actually happen to you. Most of the time.
Yeah.
See, that's so interesting. Like, okay, I like talking about this type of stuff because it's just so far deep into your psyche, and it's like I just want to get in there and dig around and figure it out.
Yeah, actually, more recently, I guess I'll start steering this towards something that, I've resonated with and that we can all resonate with as well. But through literature, I have began to discover more about myself that has helped healing, super air quotes on that.
Mm-hmm.
But through literature and through analyzing literature, I have found that more comfort through association.
Yeah.
Like there's I'm not alone in that sense, that people hundreds of years ago have dealt with similar things.
Right.
That the human story really hasn't changed all that much.
That's interesting that you say that, because I don't find any comfort in literature in that regard. I wish I did, but I don't. I kind of put things... What?
Huh?
I kind of put things aside and focus on the character, and then later... I mean, I guess it kind of is, because later I'll take whatever happened to them and fantasize about it happening to me. Which, to me, that's just so much begging for attention, isn't it?
Totally. It's because you read all that Colleen Hoover.
I know. But no, it's not...
I was
but
thinking
it's not
Miss,
any of,
Mrs.
the
Darcy.
mushy stuff. It's, all of the bad things.
Right.
Oh,
But
wait.
is that still
No,
attention-seeking?
it's
Okay,
No.
because I really struggle with that, and I struggle with that.
I know.
Because I never want attention like that, but in my head, it's okay to have that attention because it's in my head.
No, it's reader response.
Yeah.
There's an entire critical theory based around it. So it's not attention seeking, you're reading critically. Just in a different way.
But I want whatever happened to them to happen to me in my head.
That's fine.
I feel like that's so not okay.
I want to go to Hogwarts.
That's different. I'm talking about somebody who is, in the most recent-ish book that I read, she tried ODing. Another Colleen Hoover book, by the way.
Which
I
one?
want-
And I was like, oh my god, let me fantasize about this.
Oh, God.
I want to die by wand.
I mean, you can. Literally nothing stops that.
You're right.
I think you mean magic.
No, by wand.
Okay.
Let that sink in if you know what I mean.
Well, okay, it's interesting. I wanted to go back to what you said, that you focus more on the actual action of fantasizing about getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I focus on the aftermath of, how much pain would I be in, what actually happened, and it's almost like Inception in a way, where it's I'm just I'm fantasizing about whatever happened to me, and then that fantasy version of me is going over what happened.
You're removing yourself away from the situation. So this way,
Yeah.
it's not a personal situation; it's interpersonal now because it's two separate entities.
Right, and I've looked at it as an acting role almost, because I've always wanted to be an actor because I think I would be really good at it. But
No.
I would be a good actor.
No,
What are
you
you talking
wouldn't.
about? I would too.
You would not be able to hold character.
That's probably true. I just laugh.
You
all
would
the
just
time.
play Missy.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? This might be a side street. I'll tell you. later.
Being on Barney doesn't count either.
I kind of forgot about that for a second. Dude, did I fucking tell you that I told somebody that while I was at Disney?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I told somebody, I was like, I was in Barney, and they totally fell for it. And I was like, this is fantastic. They really thought I was in it.
You liar.
I was in it.
You
My
were
face was
not.
in it. My face was in it.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes,
You were
it does.
deep faked into it.
Mm.
Whatever, man. Okay, don't
I was in
shit all over my
Barney.
dreams.
I was in Barney.
Don't shit all over my dreams.
I hung out with BJ and Baby Bob.
Wow, you know their names?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm kind of surprised.
I watched Barney.
Any millennial knows their name.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, they were my coworkers, so. Co-stars, maybe? I don't know.
No, co-workers, co-stars, same thing.
Figments of your imagination.
Well, I feel like my imagination runs fucking wild. From South Park?
No.
Oh, okay.
You were just at Disney.
I was, yeah.
It's Figment.
What else? What other notes do I have? Oh, okay, here's a fucking
Since you took
doozy.
pages and pages of notes.
I really only have 2 pages.
I'm so glad you titled both pages Struggle City.
Well, I did, because this is a journal I use for something else, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I figured I would...
For her literotica.
I wouldn't be able to write that. Are you kidding me? No. No, I would suck at
Anyway,
writing
what's
that.
your note?
My note. This is like my therapy journal. So, but my one note. So like, okay, when you talked about how you go from 0 to 60.
Yeah.
Whenever I do that, it's immediately I just want to quit. I
Yeah.
just want to be done. I just want to die. Like somebody kill me. I'm done.
Oh, I feel like that every day though.
How do you do that? Like seriously, like it's so draining for me to feel it once in a while, and yet you do it every goddamn day.
I'm fine with it. It's whatever. Like if I die, I die.
Well, yeah, I guess, but like just being in that mindset of that.
No, sit down.
Bye, Missy.
I have to do my makeup before I go.
Oh my god.
We can still do the podcast.
Drink your fucking mug of ice water.
I'm getting there. I have to leave soon. Continue fucking talking.
But, yeah, no, I deal with it, like, almost every day.
Yeah.
Almost every day.
How do you guys function at that point? Like, I don't understand.
Like, almost every morning I'm disappointed I woke up.
That's, I don't think I'd survive if I were to have that mentality.
You wouldn't want to survive.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But then, okay, this is going a little far, so if you guys don't want to answer, I totally understand. But
Fucking tag.
if you feel that way every single morning, what's really stopping you from not doing it? You know what I mean?
Oh, because I wouldn't want to waste anybody's time.
That's your fucking reason?
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Casey.
Repercussions.
And like, who would feed my cats?
Oh, okay, repercussions is one thing, but you, like, I would fucking miss you a lot. You know this, right?
Yeah, no, I get that there would be people that would miss you, but I wouldn't want to waste their time with stuff. Like, they have things to do.
Don't ever leave, okay? Like, you're one of my best friends. Dave, don't ever leave either. You're a friend.
Second thought.
Second thought.
Dave's the afterthought.
No, you're not. You are legit a really, really good friend to me. It's just we don't talk a whole lot, but you know very, like, intimate details about my life.
Yes.
That's true.
Am I just that open?
Yes.
You're a little open.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
Okay.
No, you live your best life.
I do live my
It
best life.
contrasts with how closed off we are.
It does.
Yeah.
Um,
Some of us more than others.
But, like, I felt so bad whenever we played that, Disturbed Friends, the one time I was here, because the one question the one thing that I had was, like, what would devastate you the most? And one of them was, like, the person next to you, who was Dave. Like, Dave would die, or, like, a positive pregnancy test, and I forget what the third one was, because it wasn't matter, and it didn't matter, and I like, the both of them were like, oh, Dave dying. That's not the one I picked! But I didn't even, like, read, like, I didn't comprehend the full question at that point. It was more like, oh my god, positive pregnancy test. No. You know
That's
what I mean?
fine.
Well, yeah, that shit is scary.
Yeah, I would be terrified of that too.
If it was your test?
Yeah, because you know what that means, right?
Well, for a
You're a
guy,
woman.
yeah.
Testicular cancer.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know why I automatically went to, you're a woman.
Dave's about to become old one nut.
Oh boy. Balls are weird.
There's a few loose nuts.
Oh, imagine like nut cancer, and you have to get them both taken. So you
By
get,
Liam Neeson.
he has a very particular set of skills, and that is removing nuts.
I'd want him to have really good skills with that.
But
then.
get him replaced with like something kind of fun and functional.
Like what?
Smoothie maker.
Like beanbags?
No, like little LED lights.
Oh god.
Like the shoes, like in shoes, and every time
Yeah.
they bang, they look
Yes!
up.
Oh my god. The vagina, like when you're having sex, then it's like the vagina would just be like
It would be a disco
constantly
party.
lit
It'd be a
up.
disco, yeah.
You know they have vibrators that do that.
Yeah,
So you know I have one.
I'm not surprised.
I didn't want the light feature, but like it was a good price,
Hey, come a blackout.
and it's waterproof, which is super cool. Yeah,
You-
I get so fucking open. You need
You-
to tell me to shut the fuck up.
You missed my joke.
What joke?
Come a blackout,
Oh, well,
and it's
I
a
mean,
vibrator.
Yeah.
Shut up and do your makeup.
Okay.
It was a stretch.
It was a little bit of a stretch. But, like, I'm so goddamn open on this fucking podcast because I don't think a whole lot of people listen to us. So
No, actually.
I'm pretty open. I've said some things I wouldn't usually say in polite conversation.
polite.
We get about 20 listeners
Well,
between
I mean,
YouTube and Anchor.
How often do you think I bring up the Anne Frank thing?
hopefully not that often.
More often than you think.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments if I'm way too fucking open for my own good. Because I don't know why I do that.
It's not gonna stop you.
I mean, honestly,
know.
I'll be surprised if anybody comments at this point. Because, fuck. I forgot to upload something to CastBox.
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
Broke the fourth wall.
Yeah. And they're getting a late episode.
Okay, here's a question.
Hopefully they'll answer.
Is it depression related?
Yes, that's why I was like trying to get us back on topic. So I have tried asking this question. I think I've asked it to you several times. Because
Dave's fishing.
because I still don't fully understand this, but like with the idea of self-harm and cutting in particular, I don't get why that's bad. And I know how bad that sounds, but I don't get it. Like, if you're not doing it deep enough where like there's permanent damage where you have to go get stitches or potentially die, I don't get what's wrong. Like, I don't understand the problem.
Because it's not good.
But why?
Because you're cutting yourself in an attempt to alleviate mental torment.
Literal tension. You are
Yeah.
cutting your skin to literally alleviate mental tension.
does-
But why? But it helps. So like, why? Well, I've heard it helps. So why does
because
it?
there's potential for infection. There's potential for.
That's why you have alcohol to clean it,
But you're also setting yourself up to make this a habit.
right? But why is that bad?
It's
Like,
not a
I
good
don't-
habit.
But why?
So-
Because it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Because
So-
bloodletting has been proven to not be medically sufficient in curing any
It's not about
ailments.
it's not about letting blood out.
I know. I'm just saying medically.
But so in just taking that,
Yeah.
why is doing drugs to do the same thing bad?
Well, because that can leave lasting effects, and you can OD from it, but it doesn't leave lasting like.
You can OD from a cut.
You go too deep
OD.
one time.
But that's why you don't go deep. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
Like, if you
but
just
what-
do surface stuff.
But what stops you from elevating it? Because you're going to plateau.
What if I did heroin once?
Well, then you're addicted. You can't just do that once. You can't. That's not how it works, though. With
That's
cutting.
exactly how it works.
No,
But
it's
it's
not.
Because
it's a surface
it's
thing.
to replicate the feeling. It's to replicate that release.
You're releasing serotonin in your brain in a way that's not positive.
So if
get
I wanted to go out and like murder people
Yeah.
to help alleviate my depression because it felt good, it gave me that release.
All right, Dexter.
Why is that so bad?
But that's not why Dexter did it. But that's bad because it's somebody else's life. Like, if you're gonna cut somebody else,
That's
if you're,
not my
like,
problem.
A sadist.
That's not my problem. That makes me feel good.
I just don't like. And my therapist has tried explaining this to me too, and I don't think I'll ever fucking get it. Like, and I'm not advocating for people to be like, oh, okay, Missy's saying that cutting is good. Like, no, don't do it. But
Cut-
like, why? You know, I don't fucking get it. And it kills me sometimes.
Tell that to the trail of bodies she's left in that line.
I just don't. I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me.
It has been a wild episode.
I am okay, by the
Okay.
way. Like, I'm fine. I'm all right.
Honestly, she's the most okay out of the three of us.
I am.
Yeah, like,
but you guys still have a better head on your shoulders when it comes to this shit because I clearly don't.
No, we're just not as,
'cause we have to be robotic about it.
we're not as
What are you
vocal.
looking for?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I thought I didn't have everything in my bag, and I need my spray. And anyway, continue.
This has now turned into a makeup
I
tutorial with
completely
Missy.
forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot. Oh, no. Shit. Fuck, that train derailed. Ugh,
Okay.
disgusting.
Shut up. Just go talk.
You've completely derailed me. With what are you spraying?
It's
It's a
cucumber
setting
mist.
spray. It
It's a
helps the makeup stay in place.
Yeah, it's really important because, sweat or like other type of moisture that might ruin makeup.
Dave's a drag queen.
I mean, I know enough to probably become one.
I mean, I don't even.
Shout out to Abby and Jeffree Star.
Not Jeffree Star. Okay,
Yeah,
but yes.
Charles.
I don't even do my
Charles.
makeup that well, but I figured I need at least a little something.
Oh, Yeah. But for your cutting thing, like, I am covered in reasons why it's a bad idea.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think... Yep. And I know. I get that. I do. You know I get that.
Yeah.
But don't.
No, I get it, because it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where it just kind of eludes you. Like, you understand it, but something is just not clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
And
get it.
it drives me crazy. Like, I don't... And like I said, I'm not saying, like, oh, I cut myself all the time, and oh, you guys need to cut yourselves. Like, not... I know... Like, on the surface, I know it's bad, and to not do it.
Dave looks really worried about this.
No, like I'm trying to formulate something funny to say.
I just don't... I don't get it. Like...
It's kind of like your argument behind having cameras everywhere.
That's a good argument, man.
It's not a good argument.
It's a good argument.
No shot. It's dumb. It's a very dumb argument.
On the surface,
Great
I see
argument.
what you mean,
Yeah.
but underneath, there's way more going on.
But, like, if it... Why is that different? Now, this might be a really stupid question to you guys, but why is that different? Like, it's okay when you're feeling that way and you choose to paint versus you choosing to cut.
Because it's constructive and not destructive.
But why is that destructive? You're not killing yourself.
No, but you're harming yourself.
Right.
But it's gonna heal, so that, like, it doesn't...
That's not an excuse.
Alright,
Not an
what if,
excuse.
I don't get it, teach
It-
me! Educate me!
what if
Do I have to
my
cut it into you?
Sure!
what if my way was to deal with what's going on inside my head was to literally punch myself until I bruised? Is that okay?
The first thought that came in my mind is yes.
It's not as bad as cutting, but I'm still breaking blood vessels and damaging tissue.
But
It's
it'll
still-
heal.
But it's still
But
destructive.
that's not an excuse to do it.
It's
I
it's
guess.
still
I
I'm
get-
taking an action to harm myself. And that's not okay. I should be channeling that negative energy into something more
Right.
positive.
Again, as somebody that's
fuck.
done this behavior,
I didn't think you were
It's-
gonna...
it's not, I'm gonna say it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
And I've done what I just said. I punched the living shit out of myself
Mhm.
occasionally. It's it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna comment on my personal relationship with what this is, but I don't get it, and I really don't think I'll ever understand. And like this right now sounds like so much fucking attention too. Like in the back of my head, I'm like, you are just begging them for attention right now on air. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Don't shake your head.
That's what we're gonna
Yes.
title the episode.
No, because I don't want. I hate getting this type of attention. Like I
Right.
do not, and like this might sound sexist, but I especially do not want men to sit me down and say what you're doing to yourself is bad.
'Cause
You know
man-
what I mean?
'cause man
Even though I'm
bad.
not doing this to myself, I'm just like the idea doesn't register. Is there something that wrong with my head that I don't get it?
No, it's because it's a behavior that's kind of ingrained itself. It's a tough thing to break.
It's all right. Let me. I'm gonna bring up a controversial topic right now, and no one has to comment on it. But it's very similar to the safe injection sites.
Yeah.
Say one thing first.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. But like, even if you've never had that habit,
Mhm.
because I've never had that habit,
Right.
like
But you get what I mean.
I guess I don't
It's
know.
it's just
All right.
it's just something that's like it makes sense to you on some level. You don't know why or how, but it just makes sense to you.
right.
Mhm.
So somebody coming in and trying to explain why it doesn't make sense to you,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's almost like religion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue, Dave.
All right. I guess we'll end it on this note. It's harming yourself is similar to a safe injection site. It's controversial. In some way, it's a type of addiction, and if you think that someone should be allowed to do it, but be able to do it safely, a site like that would make sense.
But then
I
feel like
think that was a
everybody-
little bit jumbled up in my as it came out.
That is
I'm
a
not.
wonky fucking analogy.
Yeah, but you know what
I
I'm
get
saying.
what you're going at, but
It wasn't
golly.
clear in my head, but like the
Yeah.
comparison between heroin and cutting is, I feel like it's a pretty sound one.
like best done under careful supervision is what you're trying to get at.
Yes, it. You know what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's very controversial,
Like do it,
and we don't
like,
have to comment on it. But
that's like do it within a safe space where it's still kind of perpetuating and enabling.
yes,
Okay, enabling
It's-
being a key word there. What if it's like a forbidden fruit thing? Like, because it's seen as so bad, that's why people want to do it?
Right, but that goes back to the other thing I brought up, where it's just like something that makes sense. But then you keep getting this thing of, oh, people are telling me to not do it.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
yeah.
What is it in our brain that makes us do that? Because it's really
It's
annoying.
just human nature.
It's
Yeah.
really annoying.
It's
That's-
just human nature.
Honestly, that's why the Adam and Eve story exists, because of the forbidden fruit. There's always going to be something that you're told not to do, and you're going to be like, I'm going to do it.
Also, woman bad.
Women are great, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Women are fantastic.
They're all pain in the asses.
I'm not
Well-
denying that.
Without women, life would be a pain in the ass.
Unless you're into it.
Adorable.
I mean, you live your best life. You do whatever fuck you want to do.
Don't forget your trophy.
Hang on, I'm working on it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll leave information down in the description if anyone's struggling with anything.
At this point, the suicide hotline should be a sponsor for us.
Yeah, so the suicide hotline phone number and website and the text number is all going to be down in the description. And, you know, we have a semi-trained professional here.
That's me!
So, I mean,
Who has helped one person
At least one.
and abandoned hundreds of others.
That's not true. I've had over 200 conversations with people.
anyway,
So,
if
And
you
helped
need any
one.
help, you can always reach out here. We're a relatively understanding community.
we here for you, bitch. But here's the thing, too, before we wrap up. I'm literally, like, I just want to make it very clear. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just trying to dive into my own mind and understand why I
Right, you're
think this way.
You're spitballing into the void, hoping that
Right.
something echoes back.
I just don't want anyone to actually listen to this and be like, oh my god, like, she actually thinks that this shit is okay. Like,
Right.
it's not. It's not. Okay?
I did not.
I did not hit her. I did not. Love it. Alright, anyway, I have to go to an interview, so wish me luck, guys.
No,
Yeah, I'm fucking nervous.
it'll be fine. Did you already quit?
Nope.
Okay.
Like, follow, subscribe, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
YouTube's.
And we're gonna be if I don't fucking know. All right, see you later, guys.